Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Sean Atwood channel. I'm Ron Swanson. We've got the grey-eyed Ron today, and I hope everyone is doing fantastic. Yesterday, my word, I hate reading, right? I hate reading stuff. I hate it, right? I mean, I don't hate it, but man, there was a lot to read and get through, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who spent their time doing such incredible deep dives into so many avenues surrounding every single person that's involved in Julia's case. But today, I would like to delve into Dr. Fia, right? And some of the posts that have been made recently by her Instagram account, because I think, how are we going to frame this? It's interesting to see how this lady has reacted to Julia being arrested. It's interesting to see the statements she's making. And I'd like to go through them all. And I'd also like to go through Julia's 2023 posting. Yeah, Sean's fine. Yeah, Sean's fine. Sean's great. Yeah, too many words, man. I know Ron found the glasses that went down the back of the bed, right? So we now have the crazy backup glasses with no bits on the side, right? I'm pretty sure I've got another 2 pairs of these that are broken, where one of the things broken off. So we may be able to rebuild these ones, but we can also go like double glazing. You know what I'm saying? For when we absolutely need to block out all the blue light. No, we're not really going to do that. So what I want to do is go through Julia's 2023 statement. So it's going to be a case of looking at what Fia is saying today, metaphorically speaking, and what Julia said about Fia back then. Now, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a part 2 of this, where someone's going to be coming on, and they're going to be coming to join us at the end of this show to talk about tomorrow's show. And I think it's important that we go on a journey, because putting things together in a 2-hour show, getting questions, explaining and showcasing, it's a lot. So in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. We're going to be going into what Dr. Fia is saying presently. We're going to have a look at what Julia has said previously, and then we're going to have a little question time with you guys, and then we're going to go ahead with this. Now, Dr. Fia, if you see this or you watch this and you would like a right to reply, I humbly invite you to come and have a chat, because I've no agenda in this, right? I think everyone thinks I have an agenda in this. My friend is arrested. People are making assumptions that anyone with a brain attached to their head would ever encourage Julia to come to the UK or approach anyone. That has never been the case. In fact, I can tell you right now, I have flat out been very blunt with Julia anytime she's mentioned anything to do with certain elements of her traveling. And it's a bit mad to consider that anyone would encourage Julia to do anything that would be even remotely like what her charges are. Also, Ron got a whole bunch of coffee today, right? Like a whole bunch of coffee. And it's great, right? Also, right, just for full disclosure, Ron is, in fact, no one cares. All right, no one cares about your goddamn personal life. Let's just move on. So, first of all, a big shout out to somebody on Discord. I'm not going to shout out your name, actually, just in case you don't want that. But you've done great work screenshotting all of this. There is a lot to get through, and luckily, Instagram has that little tally above the top of something that shows you how far through a message you are. So there is so much of this. Here we go. Okay, so let me put this up here. I think this is about where it starts. So just bear with me, everybody. Okay. No, I'm definitely not on the decaf, man. Like Ron has turned over a new leaf of trying to just look a bit better. Okay, I'm trying to look a bit better. I seen myself the other day and I was like, what am I looking at? Right. I said this a few months ago, but then nah, mate, nah. So no sugar, no fizzy drinks, no treats, nothing. Nothing. Luckily, I'm doing well. But coffee, man. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Okay, her con gangs suggested her to remove all her stories or posts 2 days before. Also, Dr. Fia is the lady. Actually, let me do a freaking recap. We better do a freaking recap. Hang on a second. One second. That would make most sense, Ron. All right. All right, we'll get to that. All right, just relax, Dr. Dofio. Dofio. Uh, okay. Apologies. Ron, we have to look at you all the time. I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't want to look at me all the time. It's freaking listen, but this bit looks all right. This bit's all right. You know what I'm saying? From the nipples up on camera, brilliant, mate. Fucking, I know how to work the illusion. All right, I'm all right there, but it's everything else, man. It's just like we need to have a word with ourselves. Okay, so now if we do this, let me do this. Okay, so this is from March 25th, 2023. I've not selectively pulled up an article. I've just opened the second one. Good job. Replace your sugar with honey. Do you know, I will replace my sugar with honey, but the only goddamn thing that was missing from my shopping list the other day was the honey, because I'm not into that fake honey madness, right? At all. I want that proper mad honey, the good expensive honey that's got all the goodness of honey in it. And then, yes, 100%. Okay. Let's jump into this. Also, if you can give me a little like, a little share, I would really appreciate it. Ron, yes, Ron, pants are a must when. Yes. Listen, do you have any? No, in fact, no. Let's just continue. All right. Look at the eyes. Private investigator Dr. Fia Johansson reveals why she took Madeleine McCann mystery woman's case. A private investigator has explained in Sky News Australia's Digital Originals exclusive why she believes Polish woman is claiming to be Madeleine McCann and the reason she has taken on the mystery case. So there's a clear want to help in the past here, okay? While I'm sure you're all waiting for the plot twist. Private investigator helping a Polish woman figure out if she's Madeleine McCann has revealed the reason behind why she took on the mystery case. Julia, who also goes by Julia Wandelt, made international headlines last month after claiming she may be British toddler who disappeared while on the family holiday in Portugal in 2007. The 21-year-old has attempted to prove her claim by sharing comparisons between her and the missing girl on social media, pointing to key characteristics she believes align, including a dimple on the left cheek and an eye defect. I think at this stage we know exactly what is being referred to. Let me just. There we go. Beautiful. The case sparked the interest of private investigator and medium. Whoa. She's a psychic detective, Dr. Fia Johansson, who then helped Julia take a DNA and genetic test to confirm her family ancestry. Interesting. The word ancestry has been used in a conversation that I've had with an expert who has a skill set in taking ancestry results and working science magic and going, you're Mazda. Do you know what I mean? Metaphorically speaking. So that's interesting because there's a timeline of events that took place with access to certain things. Yeah. Oh, I've invited her on already. That's already been said at the start of this. 100%. Ron's got no agenda in this. He just wants the truth. from all angles. Private investigator help. This is the sort of the famous picture. Okay. I just see, honestly, see this piece of hair. This piece of hair is responsible for so much of the illusion of what is going on that we're seeing in this photograph. Like if this was his back and we could see the ear and the act, it's wild. Anyway, this is the sort of picture that I think everyone associates with. Yeah, my audio is fine. It's definitely a you thing. If it's not a you thing, get me a clip of it being a me thing. That's yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with Sheena on that one. The truth will set everyone free. But it's it's typical of the modern world where ye who has the biggest voice be heardeth the most, and truth sometimes doesn't come into it. A private investigator helping Polish woman figure out if she's Madeleine McCann has revealed the reason behind why she took the mystery case. As the pair await the findings, Dr. Johansson has revealed in Sky News Australia's Digital Originals exclusive what motivated her to aid Julia in her search for answers. At this moment, the case is very important and very sensitive to just go by the feelings and post and a couple of pictures, she said. But she has this mark in her eye in her eyes that you can see when she's talking to me. I looked at the eyes and said, "Oh my God, that's exactly the mark." And you did that just by looking at it, right? I mean, I've done some Photoshop tests and stuff like that. It's good to see because it is easy to sort of go, "Oh, that's kind of the same." And in my opinion, it was very much bang on. Very much bang on. You know? Doesn't mean she's anyone and doesn't mean she's not anyone. It just means the eye was pretty bang on. The two have a distinctive brown smudge in their right iris, colored tissue in the front of the eye. Maddie's was due to a rare condition called coloboma and shares some similarity features evident in childhood photos. I have similar eyes, shape of face, lips, and I had a gap between my teeth as Madeleine. Julia wrote in one Instagram post with the side-by-side photos of herself and the missing British girl. Dr. Johansson said she initially thought the Polish woman may be suffering mental health issues, but said the evidence began to stack up as she learned more about her life. I thought maybe I can basically just help her in some point to get her some comfort and love. And then when I started to look to now, I started to get to know Julia and flew all the way to Poland. I received a lot of shocking news, she said. A lot of shocking news. Okay. Dr. Fia said that she has a limited memory of her childhood and that she is suspicious of her parents as she never seen a photo of her mother pregnant. She also claimed that she was a victim of a German PDF file who had a likeness to the official sketch of the man suspected to have abducted Madeleine. I got into the evidence that showed Julia. Wait a minute. I got into the evidence that showed what Julia went through and why Julia thought that she could be Madeleine McCann and why the families wouldn't take away that huge weight on her shoulders about who I am. I think that we can all kind of agree. Let me just read that again. I got into the evidence that showed what Julia went through and why Julia thought she could be Madeleine McCann and why the families wouldn't take away that huge weight on her shoulders about who. That's kind of where I'm at. Huge weight on her shoulders about who I am. That to me is where I'm at. Oh, also, sorry, people that are putting in questions just now, I'm reading off the screen, so I'm not even looking at your chat. So copy your answer, and I'll say to everyone, get some questions in now, because I'll be facing the chat. I meant to say this to you the other day. So don't bother putting any questions up until I say fire your questions in. Otherwise, it's bloody rude of me. And a lot of you will be like, "But Ronald, I've asked my question 2 hours ago. Please, can you update me?" Mr. Mate. Are you my real mum? Is that why? That is when I started to consider that something is odd. Doctor Fia said. She admitted it was a sensitive case after the 3-year-old's disappearance sparked international search, with authorities unsure whether Madeline was still with us. Last week, it was revealed that the Dr. Fia was forced to flee from Poland to the United States with. Wait a second. Last week, it was revealed that Julia was forced to flee from Poland to the USA with Dr. Johansson amid end of life threats over her claims. Okay. All right. She said that to avoid people, she said to avoid the people out for war, she instructed Julia to shut down all of her social media accounts. Wait a second. Wait. Her con gang suggested to remove all her posts. Okay. Oh, that's quite similar. Social media guys. A lot of other people gang her out, like for publicity and followers or fans. She said people who actually love Madeleine McCann started to be hateful towards Julia. They called her names and called her a bad person. Again, I respect everyone's opinions as long as that it is respectful, as long as that it is not hurting anyone emotionally. Wait. So that's Dr. Fia saying, I respect everyone's opinion as long as it is not hurting anyone emotionally. I think that's a good one. In fact, let me copy and paste that one. It's good to keep track of when people have said something, and we're going to be talking about it later. So it's good to just take some. I learned something the other day watching somebody's stream, and the way that they were quoting things was good. So that's what we're going to do. I like it. We're learning things. There is, of course, the mark in Madeleine's eye. Despite the backlash, Dr. Fia said the majority of the public have expressed their support for Julia's quest to find out who she really is. That's exactly what we're doing. They want to see Julia become a hero after all of her trauma and after her problems that she went through, she said. Dr. Johansson continues to share their journey on Instagram with results of DNA genetics due in the next month. So that is really where the wonderful Dr. Fia and Julia first crossed paths. You know, we had to escape Poland together, flee to the USA. I mean, it sounds like a freaking movie up until this point, right? A psychic detective as well. I mean, that's a spicy meatball right there. A spicy meatball. I just want to say as well to the people who maybe want to say, do you know how many people have said that they're Madeleine McCann? We can't expect the McCanns to do a DNA test every time. I just thought I would put my 2 cents in there, because you would only have to do your DNA test once, right? With the police, and say, here's my DNA. And then that DNA can be matched against thousands of other DNAs multiple times. It's a DNA signature and paperwork that they'll do. So yeah, I mean, I think that I think that would be the very. I mean, I imagine that's what's been done anyway, and it's a refusal to actually have that second test done or whatever. But hey, listen, I'm not criticizing anyone at all. All right, I'm just rebuttaling something that I heard the other night, and I just wanted to put my 2 cents in, shall we say? Now, let's continue. You can go and think about what you said in timeout. Is what you can do, young lady. Right now, here, let me just watch this. Okay, when is this from? This is from 2023, February. So just to sort of, all right, relax. Wait, whose TikTok is this? Not hers. That's fine. All right. So here we go. This is another little bit of evidence to back up the previous relationship between Fia and Julia. And this is no by way me criticizing or slandering or saying anything derogatory about Dr. Fia. I just thought it was a good idea to give everyone a little recap. And this is my half-assed attempt at doing so.
This is Dr. Fia Johansson, known as a Persian medium who works with police officers, private investigators to finding missing persons for so many years, and also a private investigator. I would love to update you about a couple things. The one very important thing is that Julia's mental health at this moment, it's not okay because of a lot of haters out there.
So a definite previous experience with the impact that social media claims can have on people's mental health. From a doctor's point of view as well.
This is Dr. Fia.
And I'm just going to keep replaying this as I do because of my brain. So I apologize.
Johansson, known as a Persian medium who works with police officers, private investigators to finding missing persons for so many years.
Wow.
And also a private investigator.
Wow.
I would love to update you about a couple things.
I think she's a doctor. Is she a doctor in the same way as Dr. Dre and Dr. Phil? Is it that kind of doctor? Or maybe she is a doctor. I'm not in any way saying she's not a doctor, but I'm asking a genuine question about what the doctor is relevant to. I'm going to stop interrupting. I swear to God.
The one very important investigator. I would love to update you about a couple things. The one very important thing is that Julia's mental health at this moment, it's not okay because of a lot of haters out there, because of a lot of comments and a lot of nastiness that went through directly to her skin at this moment.
Hang on.
She needs
I'm
help
just trying to
out
write
there
the quote here.
because of a lot of comments and a lot of nastiness that went through directly to her skin at this.
All right. Sorry, everybody. That's me done.
This moment. She needs help. I do understand the 50% of you guys that hate her now to the 100.
Come on, internet. Virgin media.
Just because you guys think and believe that she's not the real person. She's not Madeline. She's this and that. And I'm telling you guys, my team and me, we are investigating already about her family, her backgrounds, where she came from, and which family she belonged to, what school actually she went to, and all other details.
I swear to God, I feel like she's trying to do Morse code with her eyelashes. Right? I can't stop. Every time I make eye contact with her, I don't know if it's her eyelash, like, I don't know if she's got sensitive eyes or something, but it's blinky time. Okay, that was the end. Brilliant, mate. Freaking awesome.
This is Dr. Fia Johansson.
Okay, so it's clearly that there was a lot of support, a lot of belief in the bond of these two. Like, regardless of where this live's going to go, put a 1 in the side chat if you believe that for the right or wrong intention, we're not talking about intention, but put a 1 in the side chat if you believe at this point that Dr. Fia did have Julia's best intentions at heart and was trying to help her. We're just talking from the point of view of what Ron's shown you. Just from what Ron's shown you, I know Sheena's having a meltdown. Just from what Ron's shown you, 1, do you think she was there for her? Or 2, like the impression you get. Do you feel like the impression she gave was for Julia up till this point, or do you think it was negative? Regardless of whether it was for money or whatever. Okay, there we go. You're all just starting to answer now. They're like, shut up, Ron. Okay, we get your analogy, Ron. Okay. Get it? So okay. It's kind of twos, maybe 60-40-ish, 70-30-ish on the twos and ones. Okay. Right, let's just have a little look about comments from back there. What does the Persian media think? I think she would know. I believe her. She lovely person. Send my love. If her parents don't agree to a DNA test, then where do you go from there? Poor girl. I hope she gets the answers. Why hate her? Shame on you folks. Julia isn't Maddie. We have just heard her mother went and showed her certificates and baby photos to the Polish police, and they say that she is not Madeline. Praying for everyone, wishing she is Madeline. See, that's probably the wrong mindset to have. So, even back then in the comments, from what we've just poorly went and analyzed, it was mainly in support, whether it was belief of this girl deserves answers or whatever. Now, let's fast forward to 2025. Let's like, honestly, some of these I don't even know if I can show. Like, some of the words that this lady right here, this Persian medium, she likes to say some swears. So what we're also going to do is we're going to go into this, then we're going to read Julia's response. So up until this point, we've seen the two of them had a connection. There was this savior mentality of getting Julia from Poland to the USA. There was this belief in Julia's mental health deteriorating because of the effects of social media posts, because of the effects of false news, because of all of that. Now we're going to jump into the screenshots, which are a bit spicy. I'm not going to lie. From the Persian Medium Instagram account. Now, her con gangs have suggested her to remove all her stories and post 2 days before her stuff, her show, her nonsense, her shenanigans. Her close friends told me everything they plan to do to make money from this poor girl's tragic story. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if Julia's got some hidden agenda, friends that are trying to capitalize off of her. But every single one of her friends that I've spoken to and has every receipt, and I mean, from the start of the day that they first met this girl, right the way up to when she was arrested, every single interaction, every single financial aid that was given, everything, right? None of these people are making or have any interest or even have the know-how to make any money from this. And that's not like me. They're very intelligent people. It's just they're not in it. They're just there's. I mean, how would they make money? Like, I don't understand. So yeah. Anyway, next one. Now, apologies. There's a lot of these. All right, scrolling down. Sure. Okay. Now, what is this? Is this the next one? I think this could be the next one. Yes. Apologies. This one's a bit crazy. Look up the date, day 23, 2023, May 23, May 2023. I don't know what any of that says. Can publish her story on Instagram when the Polish police got her cell phone from a specialist detective in the USA. All right, interesting. What's going on here? Okay, hang on a second. Can publish her story? Can publish her? Polish police got her cell phone from a specialist detective in the USA. All right. Okay. So here's a picture of police, I guess. I called the cops and a special detective to collect her phone with awful pictures of underage. One day after she left the USA, if I had found this phone sooner, she would have stayed in custody in the USA. Now, Maybe I'm remembering this wrong. Did Julia not have to make a phone call about someone else? I can't remember who it was, but somebody had Julia's phone in their possessions. Had their phone in her possession. They actually had to phone the police about it. So are you saying that there was 2 phones? Interesting. I'm just wondering because it's very, very interesting. I'd be wondering which phone it was because I'm sure someone else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot on the internet. All right, now this one, I'm only going to show you this much. Okay, so this is her phone. She opened a photography account and took pictures of the word on the screen, underage. Con and her boyfriend sold these word on the screen pictures to 18 plus websites to make money. It was over 500 pictures of innocent kids. Now, again, this is not an open discussion about this stream. I am just putting things up that have been public statements that this lady has made. Okay, I am not discrediting this lady. I'm not discrediting Julia. I just think it's interesting to look at. All of this, by the way, you can probably double check for yourself. They come allegedly, they come from the Persian Medium Instagram page. So let's continue. People asked her for Instagram reels of the scam artist pictures and evidence. I am not interested in publishing them on my Instagram, but if anyone else would love to do it, I can give you her childhood pictures and anything showing that she's a scam artist and not Maddie. Wow. So you're offering to email pictures of children. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I mean, that's, hey, listen, you're the psychic detective, right? You're the private detective, psychic detective. You know what you're doing. I'm just an idiot podcaster. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I tremble at thy 10 million followers. Okay, I'm just a humble man on the internet reading some stuff that you posted. Let's continue. Please be aware, anyone opening fundraising accounts or using their old accounts to collect money for Julia must be reported immediately. Okay, immediately. Screenshot the account and the name of the person. Her con gang's trying to make money with the situation. Fair enough, right? If there's a big freaking fake con gang, then yeah, absolutely, they need to be held accountable if they're scamming people out of money, right? Okay, what is this one? I'm gonna think. I cannot read this. Have I done something wrong with saving these files? Give me 1 second, everyone. Like if I open this here, oh yeah, see, it looks perfect here. Okay, nice. Wow. Okay, so here is another post, which I do believe is a DM to Fia about Julia. So just to be clear, definite connections to people that aren't fans of Julia by this point with Fia. Obviously, as we've seen beforehand, Fia had started off with a positive mindset, and we're now in the era of Fia standing very much against Julia. Evil Julia has that cold, unsettling look in her eyes, the kind that reminds me of a psychopath with hints of schizophrenic traits. Wow! That fundraiser Julia had posted a picture of her and her mother on her Instagram last August approximate. The resemblance was absolutely striking, and within moments, the comments were flooded with shock, including mine, at how much she looked like her Polish mother. We were all commenting the same. Almost instantly, I was blocked by her. She knew exactly what she was doing. My friend later checked her account and saw that she had swiftly removed the pictures because of the overwhelming reactions and comments from everyone pointing out her and her mother's uncanny similarity and that she didn't like it. She's absolutely sick. Fia, I'm just glad you've gathered all this evidence to expose her without a doubt. What a manipulative, deceitful, evil person she truly is. All right. Bit of a spicy one. Now, just for clarity and context, I think it would be a bit silly of me not like it would be a bit silly of me not to show you the picture that she's referring to. Okay. Again, because I've not got any agenda here. So this is the picture that they were referring to. So you guys can make your own minds up and freely think on all of this as you will. While I get the next slide. Now, she goes on a publication festorama. Okay. Right, what is this little shenanigan here? All right, here is some more messages sent to Fia. And again, this isn't me going through stuff. This is literally the one timeline. Like, you know, on Instagram where you get all the little white boxes that show you all the posts. We're just going through that full thing. There's nothing funny business going on here. There's nothing. I just want to paint a picture of what the relationship was then and what it is now. Oh, and I do apologize. Julia had to get the police help to get her phone. Okay, hang on a second. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I was too engrossed. So Julia had to get the police to get her phone and passport back as Fia took them and wouldn't give them back to her, so she couldn't leave the country. Allegedly. But yeah, that's what I've heard too. That's what I've heard too. That's what I've heard. I'm just saying. That's what I've heard. Photoshop smudged area. Oh, that's a bit weird. Oh, I'm not going to say anything about that. What's going on there? Right. Right. Wait a minute. Everyone, you're just now waiting on the ADHD. Whose fault is this? Whose fault is this? Is your fault? And who else is it? Who else's fault? Somebody else's fault. Is one of you. There we go. Your fault. All of your faults. Brilliant. Well, good work. Good work. Let's have a look here. Because Ronnie Boy might have seen something. All right. Give me 1 second, my lovelies. Hang on. All right. All right. So I'm now in Photoshop, right? And what I'd like to do is just very quickly have a little play around and see if we can see any reason Any reason at all. Oh, hello. Hello, my little digital improbability. All right. So we're just going to take a look at this image. And there's some irregularities for me. I'm just going to make it very simple for people to look at. And I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to say anything's been tampered with. I'm just showcasing that for me, there's a couple of interesting points here. And this is just doing it quickly. All right, let me show you on the screen. Okay, so here's the original image. This is how it's been posted online. I'm going to take away these grid lines. If I can find the word. Come on. There we go. All right. And let me take this off. All right. So we've got this section down here. So do you know what a billy goat's beard looks like? Imagine like a little billy goat's beard. Oh, Ron's not saying this is Ron's not saying this is edited. I'm just showing you some things on here that look interesting to me. Because do you see down here now? Do you see that line right there? Let me just. Do you see it a little better in light and dark? Do you see there's a line going right across there? You see that? Come on, there we go. So what I'll do is I'll bring a blue line down. That is where the line is. Do you see it? So if we take the enhancement off here, what is the hair doing here on this chin? We've got a very suspicious bit of pixelation here. And do you see up here? You won't be able to see it. Nah. Okay. Well, to me, there's a very different set of pixels here as well. But it's very interesting that there is a line running along here, and that we have this hair situation down here. Now, again, I'm not saying anything's fake. I'm just saying you guys were saying it was. So I'm taking a look. I'm just taking a look at why people would have a conclusion like that. That is a very straight line down there. Like that there is a bloody straight line, and that there is a very straight line. And then we've got this weird, what almost matches up with Julia's hair for colors right there. It's very odd. But I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not saying anyone's up to any shenanigans. You guys said that. I wanted to take a look at it. That's what I've had a look at. Let's continue. One moment, please. Again, back to the image in question. Then we're into another DM. The fact that Julia said she didn't hurt anyone makes me so annoyed. She literally hurt so many people now. She's in jail. How disgusting she is to the sick thing to an innocent kids. All right. Then we are. People are asking for no. Okay. Then she's posting pictures of her alleged father. Now, say what we want about these pictures as well. Then there's documentation that says for the blind supporters, the name of the hospital she was born. I'm not going to show that. Then she literally posts a photograph of Julia's passport. She covers up the date of birth, the passport number, and another number. I'm not going to show you that. In fact, you know what I'm going to do as well? I beg your pardon, everybody. There we go. Then another picture of her passport. I told the world that she had no passport because her birth certificate, Con said, I have the Trapple papers instead. This is her passport, the post says. And the next one is, wow, she told the world no birth certificate. And then shows a picture of the passport and her date of birth. Then there is Con at the age of 3, which is a picture of Julia age 3, which looks like a 5 or 6-year-old girl. The Con at age 3 again, pictures of Julia. Con at age 5, picture of Julia. In fact, I know Julia's sent me this photograph and it's out there, so I'm going to put this one up just so you know what I'm talking about. She said no pictures from her childhood, Con age 4. Then putting up more DMs from her haters. Cannot believe this, worse by the day. She had so many people fooled. It's a genuine concern. The work you have done to solve and improve this con otherwise needs an award. You're very talented and deserve recognition. She was like, you know when like you get a feeling that maybe someone's DM'd themselves, right? I'm not saying that's what's happened, obviously. No, I mean, why would anyone need to do that? You know what I'm saying? Plus, you would know because you got the psychic detective. Well, you know because you're the one who sent it, to be honest. Okay, doctor. Okay, here we are. So, to my followers around the world. Okay. I just want to say, I mean, this is a rampage of information. Okay. Now, listen, Joe. I have to say, sometimes words are hard. Okay. All right. I have to just put my hands up and say, now, listen. For all the adults out there who read and write at an 8 or 9-year-old's level, I stand with you, okay? But only when it comes to poor grammar. Because I haven't even noticed a grammar mistake, just to show you just where I'm at. To my followers around the world who have been reaching out and asking, I apologize for the recent change in content. I've been actively debunking the claims of a Polish con artist. As someone who worked on the case and many other missing persons cases around the world, it feels important for me to step in to prevent any more people being fooled by this act. I understand you miss my inspirational content, and I'll be resuming those posts alongside crucial updates on all this case and my mission to prevent fraud and to protect people. Now, well, give me a second, because if anyone had posted anything to her telling her they miss her content, that would be slapped on this timeline like this, like, oh, mama, post it, whap, on the fridge. Do you know what I'm saying? 100%. Might be coming though. No, that's not it. Never gave money through. No, that's just twins. Almost from Madura posting a photo of her mother alongside. Yet there's more people painting and shaping her narrative, people responding to all of that. No comments about any of your content. Okay, now here we go. People that have asked how they can help to keep her in jail. Wow. A doctor, right? A doctor. This is just wow. Yeah, Fiona, that's kind of what it was like. Okay. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for putting up with my rants. I will say Ron's coffee has ran out. So once we get to the end of this particular section, everyone will have 2 or 3 minutes if you need to make yourself a coffee or, in fact, need to go to the restroom so that we can continue in unison until at least 4 o'clock. I just want to say my side chat, right, on this show is on fire, right? Some of the stuff you guys say, like it just happened there, like literally makes me laugh out loud, and I can't even mention it. Can't even talk about it because of the things that you're saying. And they're not bad things, algorithm. They're just funny. Okay. Just out of context. Okay. Oh my God. Who put learn to spell Fia up there? Who did that? Right. That is not nice. And again, I would like to say I stand by Fia and anyone else who's an adult and struggles with words. They're difficult. Oh my God. Don't try and drink coffee. And then as you're pouring the coffee into your mouth, have an ADHD moment where you then want to not drink the coffee and then say something and then proceed to then just spill the coffee down yourself. Oh no, Joe, it's not harsh. I'm just busting your chops, mate. I'm just busting your chops. It's not harsh at all. It's fine. You're allowed an opinion. It's not a human right for people not to be offended, mate. So don't worry. Don't worry, Joe. I was just busting your chops. Now I've got coffee all down myself. God damn it. Okay. We need some music. Yeah, okay. I'll put on a song while I play. I'll do that. That's no problem. So people ask how they can help to keep her in jail. This is a mad statement to me. The answer is you can send any evidence to me or the officer in the case. What is possible to present as much evidence as possible, as quickly as possible, and have it presented to the officer on case, and they in turn will look at said evidence and then pass it on to the Crown Court or the Crown Prosecution Service, who will ultimately the ones prosecuting her trial. Okay. Yeah, okay, Bernie. All right. Okay, it wasn't just it wasn't like I was taking a normal sip, okay, and then became incapable. I disengaged from drinking. I moved away from the cup and just continued to pour. So no, this is more to do with my brain and I at constant battle. What is possible to present? Okay. Time is very much of the essence because she is in court in 6 weeks. However, evidence needs to be examined at least 1 month before the trial. To be trial, the prosecution then must disclose all evidence to her defense barrister attorneys to examine. This is how a trial works in the UK. I have already sent mine and I'm in touch with the OIC. Spicy meatballs. A lot of scary words in there, right? Hang on. Ron, does this not look a little bit like cyber stalking? I don't know, Dream of a Hive. I'm just a man on the internet on a podcast with no real opinions, right? Okay. Sounds interesting, though. Interesting theory. There's a lot of people, though, that do have opinions and have a lot of things that they would like to say. And again, Dr. Fia, you're welcome anytime that you want to come and rebut anything I've said, anyone else has said, with receipts and proof and evidence or anything like that. Not that anything's been said or could be said. I'm just saying, don't think this is a one-way street. I've no agenda here other than getting Julia answers and making her feel complete as a person and knowing who she is. All right, what is this shenanigans? Okay. Okay, here we go. So now we've got a breakdown of all the other people, I think, right? How is it that a Polish con woman has fooled the world again? I think that's what it says. There are 3 types of people that allows this fraud to continue. Other cons who are looking to profit off a famous case by platforming this woman's big lies again after 2023. Her claims were proven to be false and her fraudulent behavior came to light. Many follow this to continue or giving support to this woman are also trying to profit from the tragedy. I wonder who she's talking about. Because I just wanted it to be known. Julia had been many times for interviews, many times tried to get her story out there. and she was edited, she was taken out of context. And when I met her, I was fully on the 2023 bandwagon. I expected a crazy woman to turn up and it to be a one podcast, and that was it, right? And it was never about proving about a missing girl. It was about why every single time we spoke to her, did nothing add up with a regular flow of a case in some situations. There was a lot of things that kind of stood out. And we all kind of got hooked on everything that Julia already had in a big file that she was telling us in each episode. There was never a case of like, okay, episodes end and then Julia's away to do a whole bunch of things. She had a very clear vision in her head what she was going to be doing. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee out the cup in case you think it just sounds weird. Okay, right. Yeah, do you know what? I kind of spoke a little bit about that the other day. Because there's two things that there are documentaries about. One is the R word decriminalized in the UK? That's how mad victims and survivors' opinions are of the police. They basically say that the R word's decriminalized. And it's the same with stalking. And in my world, the online world, I've seen multiple cases over the years involving female streamers who've stalked online, been stalked in real life. And sadly, I would say 50 to 70% of all those cases, the first thing they're told is, well, maybe get a different job. Shut up. Morons. And it never really ends that well. And it only really tends to end semi-well if you've got the capability to draw attention to it yourself. So if you've got 20 million followers and you've got a stalker, there's a damn good chance that's going to get dealt with pretty fast. Okay. You know, because a lot of people making a lot of noise, it's kind of easier to satisfy the mob than it is to try and satisfy individuals who have a normal one person voice. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It really is. Skippy, I don't normally write comments. What have you been saying? What did you say, Skippy? Oh, Skippy, whether you're for or against any of the stories we see here, as long as you're constructive, look at the guy, look at the doggo, look at the doggo. So, yeah. Okay. People who struggle with delusions themselves and were able to excuse delusions they see elsewhere. Interesting. Interesting. Actual people who feel connected to this horrific loss and want positive outcome for the missing girl. It is a human reaction to want to believe in hope. So then, why have the other two in there? Like, I mean, do you see what I'm saying? The reality of this is number 3, regardless of whether it's Julia's family or the other family that you feel the connection to. It's wild. Dun, 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 dun. Right, where's the next one? Fake stalking. Oh, hang on a second. This might have come before this one. I do apologize. For stalking, they 1,000,000% will check all devices. UK police take 4 counts of stalking very seriously, especially when it's about a world famous missing child in the UK. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is where the rant begins. Holy smoke. The con can be very dangerous to herself and other people. The con is Julia, by the way. Allegedly. I gave up everything except coffee. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just eating a lot healthier and taking care of myself a little bit more. I'm going to hire one of those Pelotons at the start of next month and just absolutely sweat it off. Just no impact cardio. Let's go. Okay, this con can be very dangerous to herself and other people. I have graphic pictures of how she hurt herself in front of an 18+ website to make money. She also hurt everyone around her, even her half sibling. So this is the second time we're hearing that Julia has a side hustle on 18+ websites. I believe that Dr. Fia's previous statement was that she was a facilitator, creator, and distributor of nude young people. Okay. All right. Next one. She also hurt everyone around her, even her half siblings. All right. Now, next one. There's so many of these. I'm holding in a big wee as well. When the con was on her way from the USA to Poland in 2003, my secretary and I asked her why she had. Wait a minute. Wait. When the con was on her way from the USA to Poland in 2023, that sounds like you weren't there. I thought she had to flee from Poland with you. When the con was on her way from the USA to Poland. Wait. Okay, so this is obviously when she was leaving. Okay, right. Sorry. Apologies, Dr. Fia. I'll start this again. Also, I can see the chat. Hang on a second. Let me just move this. Interesting noodles. Do love some noodles. Right. When the con was on her way home from the USA in 2023, my secretary asked her why she had done all of this nonsense, as she knew exactly who she was. She said, I did not do anything. Naive, emotional people reached out to me through pictures and statements and put up on my Instagram. At first, I tried to have fun with all the attention I got, but then I found out I could make good money from TikTok. People love to send me money because they felt too. Is this meant to be? Oh, you can't see what we're reading. Oh, sugar. My bad. There you go. So this is meant to be Julia's response to Dr. Fia's secretary. Allegedly. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying Dr. Fia has posted this on her public timeline, as you can see above. She said, I did not do anything. Now, okay. So we have to assume the quote begins here, right? I mean, I'm not that smart, but this is where this is Julia talking from here. Okay. So I did not do anything. Naive, emotional people reached out to me through pictures and statements I put on my Instagram. At first, I tried to have fun with all the attention I got, but then I found out I could make good money from TikTok. People love to send me money because they felt too. They sent. What? People love to send me money because they felt too poor to see my pale skin. Media outlets paid me to do interviews because they wanted to be the first to publish the news. When I recall what the con said, I asked myself, I'll just be honest with you as well. I have never once heard Julia ask for any money for any interviews at all, ever. They wanted to be the first to publish the news. Yeah, she was right. She used sad stories about her abusive childhood, photoshopped her pictures to look like the famous missing girl, and used a very sensitive name on her Instagram profile account. That's all. Wait. What am I reading here? So is this still the quote? Okay, hang on a second. And people love to send money because they felt too poor and pale skin in the media. Media outlets paid me to do interviews because they wanted to be the first public con. When I recall what the con said, okay, so that's the end of the quote there. So I'm going to be honest, that is a wild thing that Julia has said. They're referring to herself as naive, emotional. I mean, what a confession. I mean, Jesus. Okay. Photoshop. Okay. When I recall what the con said, I asked myself, when you recall, or the secretary recalled, because it was her secretary that we got the quote right. I recall what the con said. I asked myself, yeah, she was right. She used sad stories about her abusive childhood, photoshopped her pictures to look like the famous missing girl, and used very sensitive name on her Instagram profile account. That's all. The question is why nobody has ever done a simple research about this con. She told a sad story to a lot of good-hearted people. All right, on to the next one. This is a mission, by the way. After this one, it's coffee break, and I need to run up to the loo because I just do. Right. So she exhibits manipulative behavior. When she doesn't get her way, she may harm herself and others in the room to scare audiences purposefully. Now, I think we've all witnessed Julia in a couple of episodes where she's reliving her childhood, right? Where she's going through memories and past traumas. That's the only time I've ever seen Julia showcase what I would say was probably some sort of post-traumatic stress, if that makes sense. So that's all I can really align with that. Right, listen, I'm going to make a coffee. What the frick is it called? That's what it's called. I'm going to stick on the full version of the theme tune that we play here. And it is 11 minutes past the hour, 12 minutes past the hour. We'll be back here, unless I come and update you while the kettle's boiling, in about 3 or 4 minutes. So everybody just bear with me. I will be back. Do not go anywhere. First of all, also, I probably need to do this. Let me know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear that. Yeah, let me know, and then I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I can't. I don't have a flask. Livy, welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah, at least. Yeah, loud and clear. Okay, right. I'll be back in 2-3 minutes, guys. Apologies.
To her, just give me something that lasts. I think you know what I'm made of, yeah. So when our mind is made, paint a picture in vivid color. Can't tell the black from the grays. To slow things down and clear my mind. It's like leaving a toxic friend behind. You say yes, and you don't make waves. I don't need to say that you know that I tried, and I don't want to hide or waste another life. Say no, and I will let go. I don't need to say that you know that I tried, and I don't want to hide or waste another life. Left in the pool of my own mess. When I said I'm gonna change, you made me pick up the broken glass. Don't want it to be in vain, no. But to slow things down and clear my mind, it's like leaving a toxic friend behind. You say yes, and you don't make waves. I don't need to say that you know that I tried, and I don't want to hide or waste another life. Say no, and I will let go. I don't need to say that you know that I tried, and I don't want to hide or waste another life. Would you believe if I told you that I don't want to go back? I'm just afraid that I'll lose you. I don't want to hide or waste another life. You say yes, and don't make waves. I don't need to say that you know that I'll try. I don't want to hide or waste another life. Say no, and I will let go. I don't need to say that you know that I'll try. I don't want to hide or waste another life.
All right. Thanks, everybody. What bloody timing, eh?
All right, we're back. So thank you, everybody. Coffee in hand, we're good. Okay, she exhibit. Okay, we read that one. Okay. Oh man, the time is flying. All right, we need to get through this. She exhibits. All right. Unfortunately, I know many bad things about this woman that no one could ever imagine and think of her capabilities. Again, I mean, that is just an interesting statement. I'm not going to comment. I'm just saying it's an interesting thing to just come out and say on the internet. In 2019 and 2020, Julia found a way to make money online by selling pictures of underage and telling about her childhood situation online and making people feel for her. She has zero credit in Poland, not even with her old teacher. Not even her old teacher wanted to see her when I forced her to take me to her old school. All right. Forced her. Interesting. Her childhood was adorable and luxurious. With her mum, she went to private music schools, and the con told everyone that she used the church piano to learn how to play. She lived in a lovely gated community in Poland with her mum. She lied a lot to people, which I will take off the mask of this crazy con. All right. Oh, we ain't done yet. When she came to the USA, I told her to stop using online social media for good. I told her that she had made a big mistake and that people around her, around the world, have to see you on the big screen US TV programs like Dr. Phil to understand that they were wrong about you, and that the DNA test shows that you are not the famous missing kid. Claudia, I'm going through the relationship with Dr. Fia. So we done a little recap at the start of this about who Dr. Fia was at the start of this in 2023. I'm now going to just feed my disgusting habit. We get a little recap about who Fia was, how Fia used to support Julia. Oh God, freaking God damn it! 1 second. Come here. Come on. Come on. Here we go. All right. Right. Sorry. Where was I? What was I saying? Yeah. So we were looking at how Fia had a very, very strong bond or strong will or strong want to help Julia at the start of their relationship. So we sort of went over some of that, and now we're skipped forward to how Fia feels now. And everything that we've gone through this morning are public posts that we've made on the Persian Madam Instagram account, basically just ripping Julia apart. Then, after we've done this little bit, we're going to look at Julia's response to her experience with Fia in 2023. Then we're going to hear a little bit from Sheena, and then we're going to set the stage for tomorrow's episode. And that's about where we're at, because there's some bold things that have been said about Julia here. Quite horrific things that have been said about Julia here. publicly on this lady's Instagram. So I just wanted to look at it all. Okay. Okay. She received a lot of hate messages from the world and the UK. She was scared about how to tell people and how she could apologize to the world. So my team and Dr. Phil's team tried to indirectly wrap and discredit her respectfully in the show until the DNA results came back. I mean, that's an interesting one. We tried to directly and indirectly stop this psycho con artist. When she felt I was not going to promote her stuff show, and she's still having a journalist from another country that showed interest in her story to flip flaps it, she called copy on me and told them she was a hostage in my house. Okay. Wow, that is freaking tiny. There we go. All right. Oh, sugar, we're miles behind. Sorry. Oh, nobody can see what I'm looking at. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Right, here we go. Let me just move this. Okay. When they came to my door, she was in the backyard on the phone with Portuguese journalist and Karen. They came and took her out and asked her questions. They asked me questions about where her passport, and she told them I had taken it. I should have been into flip flop. Is this right? Hang on a second. Okay, it's this one. All right. Sorry, everybody. Okay, we tried to directly and indirectly stop this cycle. Conrad says, when she felt that I was not going to promote her. Okay, we've done this one too. Here we go. Beg your pardon, everybody. She immediately started to cry in front of the officers and said, sorry, it was not her. And said, sorry, it was not her. It was the journalist from Portugal who told her to do that. And she had bought her a ticket to be in the Portuguese TV. She texted her and said, you, Maddie, and only that country will prove it to the world. Okay. It took two officers to her room in my house. I showed them her bag, passport, and $500 cash in her bag. And as I gave it to her, the reaction to seeing the luxury room at the housekeeper who cooked the special meal for her, and the fact that she had access to her laptop, internet, and iPhone was to kick her out. Okay, wow, we are seeing some conflicting stories here. My secretary bought a ticket and a new iPhone. My secretary bought her a ticket and a new iPhone with the USA number to make sure no one, especially the Portuguese journalist, could bother her again. That's a weird statement. I also interviewed about how sad and sorry she is for fooling the world, and that she told me in the interview that she is sorry and would never do it to Maddie or any other family who lost their kids. I have that interview as evidence, and they did not reveal it to anyone yet besides the people who are investigating the case. Okay, fair enough. At no point you thought about releasing it up until this point. Like, at no point have you thought, man, this is an absolute stinker. I could just slap this one out. How you doing, Joseph? How are you, sir? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, flip page. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, everybody. Go. Next one. Change the page. This psychopath con B word knew what to do to gain more publicity by discrediting the DNA test that was done in the USA to get more attention. Her con gangs knew how to use this to gain fame and followers. How? What does that even mean? The Daily Mail. The Polish woman is not sick. I have proof. Got proof, I have proof and know how to teach her a lesson this time. I will make sure her stories are a life lesson to everyone who is trying to fool people by using sad stories to gain money. What this woman did was a big fraud. She said everything purposely and intentionally. I hate her smile as she always had it when she could fool people. This time I will do everything that goes from my power and credibility to get her to go down for good. When they came to my door, she was in the back. Okay, we've seen that one. And then we're on to this one. She has to pay for the harm that she has caused to the McCann family and the friendly, hopeful, good-hearted people around the world. Okay. Even ChatGPT knew about her negative DNA results to be the world-famous missing girl. Julia Wandelt, 23-year-old Polish woman who previously claimed to be... This is not a ChatGPT result. It could be a copy and pasted one, but I mean, you would think you would just take a screenshot, right? Julia Wandelt, 23-year-old Polish woman who previously claimed to be the missing child, Madeleine McCann, was arrested in Bristol Airport and has been charged with 4 counts of stalking, specifically targeting Madeleine McCann's parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, as well as her siblings, Emily and Sean. The alleged offences occurred between January 24th and February 2025 and involved unwanted visits to the McCann's family home, as well as sending letters, voicemail, WhatsApp messages, and Instagram messages, despite the 2023 DNA test disproving her claim of being Madeleine. Julia continued her assertion, leading increased distress to the McCann family, and she's remanded in custody and scheduled for a plea hearing in Leicester Crown Court the 7th on April 7th, 2025, and could come. How come people did not search? Okay, I think I've already done this one. All right. That is the end of the rant as far as Fia's messages go. All right. I'm sure there's more, but I think that kind of paints a good picture, if you will. Now, let's just have a discussion about how Julia feels. Okay? Because it's good to just talk about things that are actually just in the press. Or not talk about them. Sometimes it's just nice to know they're there. You know? So, how does Julia feel about all this? Because obviously we heard Julia being quoted as so sorry. You know, if we're to believe what has been allegedly said, and of course I am in no way saying there's any reason at all anyone shouldn't trust a doctor, especially a freaking psychic detective doctor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In fact, you know what? Let me finish rolling my Capri Sun shenanigans here, right? And then let's go and have a little look. And maybe we're wrong. Maybe, guys, we are wrong, right? Maybe we've got this all wrong. Maybe we're looking here at a genuine psychic detective who's misunderstood, right? Let's go and check out what we can find online, published, and all that. Because obviously, Fia's very much believe what's in the news. You know, the press aren't going to smear someone or put something out there that isn't correct, because your whole narrative it tends to be based off of the reaction that people have had to Julia. Like you've stated, all of the people who've contacted you, all the people that she's harmed. Yep. Oh yeah. Don't worry. That's the next Starge. Mr. Gaiman. I'm just going to call you Mr. Gaiman. I can't figure out the first word of that. It's like the Hointon, but we'll just say Mr. Gaiman, right? So yeah, we'll be moving on to that. Don't worry. These, I feel like like we've been here an hour and a half, and we'll probably be here for another half an hour, and like that's enough for today. Do you know what I mean? But now I think it's important. Oh no, wait, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll our cigarette, right? And then we shall get back on this. So now is the time to put some questions up. If anyone's got any questions, put the big 3 Qs whilst I'm facing the screen. Yeah, Julie, nutters have been posting about Ron for years. Okay, every single thing that anyone's ever criticized Ron for, Ron has already responded 6.5 years ago. So it's all the things can be found on my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I will humiliate myself in the name of the truth. So yeah. And 1 second, please. No Julia updates on court dates. I'm not confirming or denying any conversations that I've had with anybody, really. Not on lives and stuff. I really feel like people want to do the best they can to destroy this for Julia as much as they can. So comparison on the smiles, interesting. Well, here's the thing. I mean, if Fia's got all this information and she's done a documentary that she's holding on to and she's got all this stuff, and you know, we're all total morons, then hey, get it out. Get it out. You know? I can handle it. But personally, I think the points always seems to be missing. People seem to be missing the point. I don't think I could be called up as a witness. I think everything. I don't really think I've got much to do with this. You know what I mean? Especially if they've gone through her phone, there's multiple voicemails of me ranting about why she should stay the fuck away from these people. Yeah. Oh, Kim. We're not. Okay, hang on a second. Maybe this is. Let me put this back up. There you go. So yeah, apologies, Kim. We're showing. We're painting a picture here. So just stay with us here. Stay with us. So we're not painting a picture. That's a lie. Let's go here. So now we're going to jump into how Julia feels about her whole interaction with Fia. All right. And yeah, I think he does have a show starting then. Yeah, but don't worry. This next bit, we're going to rattle through this part, a little bit of a chat about tomorrow, and then we're out. Okay. It's Julia Wandelt here. Ironically, that's exactly how Beverly Rhodes starts her TikToks. Hi, Beverly Rhodes here. We're making a video. It's Julia Wandelt here. I have to say something about all this situation. When I met Fia for the first time, I thought she wants to help me. I know now that she only wants new followers, new clients. Fia forced me to sign documents that didn't understand English law language. Not once. She took my passport and ID card. She didn't allow me to go back to Poland. This was the reason that I called the police in the USA. When the police came out from her house, she got in a crazy panic attack and jumped around the room and shouted at me. She is very unstable. I wanted to go home because I missed my boyfriend and my cat. But the most important reason is that I started to notice that she wants to achieve something by using my situation. She didn't allow me to go back home, and I decided to talk with one journalist and said to Fia that I will tell about everything what happened in her house. And then she said that I can come to Poland. Now you need to apologize think this is the next part. Fia said bad things about people who tried to help me, who were worried about me. Fia said that Joe, a man from the UK, who had said that he has an organization that can help me with therapy. Diana, a journalist from Portugal, who made my first interview with me. Becca and Bella, girls from probably the UK who hated me or still hate. And my best friend, Carolina. Fia said that they belong to a PDF ring. She said that my best friend is a PDF file and tries to protect Peter Nay. It was too much for me. Fia forced me to block Carolina and said that she would sue every person that names whose names I wrote earlier. Fia forced me to give her my password and login for my Instagram, and I have to say that I never said that I'm Madeline. I always said that I believe I could be Madeline. Yep. But I understand that I chose that. I understand that chose bad Nick. I could use words. I am not. I am. So it is my fault. I'm really sorry for this mistake. Another thing that I want to say, Fia changed my number, took access to my main email and Instagram, and that now doesn't exist. Fia took my phone and now she tries to threaten me. She doesn't want to give me my medical records and court judgment that she has in her house. I want to know that I'm in Poland, I am safe, and it's not over. Fia forced me to tell on video how I feel after knowing the results of DNA. The truth is that Fia didn't want. The truth is that Fia didn't want to show me results. We made ancestral DNA test a few hours ago. Fia sent me the results. We made ancestry DNA results, just in case anyone's watching. Okay. A few hours ago, Fia sent me the results, but not from Ancestry. She sent the results from another platform. I found out what type blood type I have, and it doesn't match to my parents' blood group. My family from my mother's side, my family from mother's side. My family from mother's said many times when I was younger that we have roots in Germany and Holland, so I don't understand anything now. Fia said that I am Polish with Russian and Lithuanian, but my family said that I'm Polish with German and Holland. So that's what is the real truth. Fia also tries to make me scared now. She said that I'm a PDF file. I am not. When she wrote me this, I was like, Fia, are you crazy? Also, I will not have any brain surgery. I don't know why Fia said that I will have. Wow. Like, are you telling me that somebody had suggested giving Julia brain surgery? Like, there's the common, like, old joke about lobotomizing someone, right? Remember, like, the whole, like, oh, well, I'd rather just sign up for a lobotomy or whatever the freaking thing it was. Oh, right. Sorry, I need a freaking halftime Capri Sun moment. All right. Brain surgery. Imagine if she'd had freaking brain surgery. Like, more ways to wipe memory. Of course, Teresa, we're referring to a conversation we had earlier about our USB drives. Okay. At no point are we even trying to insinuate any sort of conspiratorial theory regarding medicine, which we'll definitely be diving into closer to the weekend. Okay. But USB drives, also very cute dog. Okay. Okay. Also, I will not have my brain surgery. I don't know why Fia said that I will have. I don't understand why Fia said that I'm coming to my dad. Dad always tried to help me, but I love my boyfriend. Why Fia lies? I don't know. But I want to know that it is not over, because I still don't know who I am, and the person I am, who was officially investigator in Madeleine McCann's case, tries to help me now. I want to say that I understand all of you, even haters. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. You wanted to protect the McCann family, that's all. I am not delusional and crazy. You can judge all of these things again and try to create another new opinion. I never wanted publicity. I don't do all of this for attention or a music career. I don't have any social media right now. I created this Facebook because I can't stay at home and do nothing when someone's out there destroying me and make me scared. Fia, I'm not scared of you because I didn't do anything bad. Fia is not a real investigator, as I think. Police officers who came into her house when I was in the USA don't even recognize her. She said that she works in the local police in her city. So why didn't they know who she is? Weird. I can write many things about lies that Fia has said. Fia shouted at me many times. I couldn't go out. She didn't allow me. I couldn't contact anyone besides a few people. I couldn't talk with anybody. She forced me to sign some documents a day before the flight to Poland. She took me to notary or lawyer and had me sign documents next to this person. I signed in a garage, and I said to this notary or whoever it was, I don't understand the papers. Fia said that I have to sign it, and took pictures of this document and a signature. I want it to be protected a little bit, but someone deleted all of them, so I don't have any pictures of these documents now. When I asked Fia to send me the medical records and all the documents that I had to sign, she started to name me a PDF again. But I never hurt anybody. I'm not a bad person. I want to help others, and I don't know why Fia lies, but I knew she wants to achieve something. I signed all of these documents because I was scared that she will not allow me to go home. And I do believe that is... Oh, God damn it. Hang on a second. All right. Now, where's that picture of that woman's chin? All right. Again, I want to reiterate, I'm not saying there was any falsifications of any in images. You guys had just suggested that there could have been, so I took a look at it. Even that one's a bit weird. So let's go and have a little look at what Shia has to say, or Sheena has to say. Let me send a link over. And again, I know I said post your questions. Oh, there's one right there. I definitely forgot instantly after I said post your questions that I was meant to be watching for them. So maybe do that again now, guys, if you don't mind. What time are we at? We've got 20 minutes. Perfect, man. We're perfect here. So we've had a look at the relationship. We've had a look at what Dr. Fia has said. I mean, quite rampagingly said on her Instagram regarding accusations and reports all about Julia. We've had a look at Julia's response to her experience with Dr. Fia during 2023. Sheena's going to come on and have a little bit of a chat with us all. And then we're going to talk about tomorrow's episode, where I want to look for further publications surrounding the 2023 situation, and also look further into, you know, the wonderful Dr. Fia, the psychic detective. I mean, it must be an incredible read, all the wonderful she's done. So looking forward to that. Here is Sheena. How are we doing, Sheena? How are you today?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. Just another day in the web of misinformation and madness.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
hang on a second. Dan's just sent me something. Okay, wow. All right. Yeah, thanks, Dan. So you've heard all of these things. I mean, I'll be honest, there was a lot of things said by Dr. Fia on her Instagram posts. Some of them are pretty outrageous. There's talks of secret documentaries that have been withheld and all of this. What is your now tomorrow you're going to come back and you're going to have everything that's been addressed by Fia, but today just let us know your gut reaction to it all, because I think reading it all you would think there would be a lot more than just words on the screen at this stage from Fia.
Yeah, I honestly can't pinpoint like why she's resurfaced. If I know you with the previous episode you asked me like where she came from, how she appeared, and I would love to share that with you guys. I've written it down, so I'm going to read it to you. It's very brief, it's surface level, because we could literally talk about that entire period for days. So what I figured I would do is just write down with dates, because I feel like I'm a very facts over feeling kind of person, and as long as we can back it up, I'm happy to share.
Yeah, well, listen, that is awesome. I'm just going to put up on the screen this picture so that there's some context here. So yeah, take it away, Sheena, and thank you so much again for being here, giving up your time and doing this. So I really do appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm going to start. If I'm looking down, I'm literally reading. So when Julia came out publicly about her suspicions of possibly being Madeleine McCann around February 16th, 2023, on social media, things escalated pretty quickly. I 100% believe this attracted the wrong help. Her original Instagram account grew to over 1.1 million followers within a week. February 19th, a woman by the name Fia Johansson started publicly helping her, going live with her, building this hope and trust, telling her everything she wants to hear. For example, that she has spoken to Kate McCann and that they want to do a DNA test with her, etc. Around February 24th, Fia announces she is Julia's spokesperson. March 1st, Fia flies out from the USA, where she resides, in California to be exact, to Poland to meet Julia. Before flying out, she managed to persuade Julia to give her control over her social media accounts. February 26th is when she changed Julia's email and login information to her own, so that Julia no longer had control over her social media platform. March 6th, Fia flies Julia out to the USA and has Julia live with her family in her home. Live with her family in her home. Between March 8th and 16th, she is taking Julia on trips to Universal Studios, Hollywood, and then they go on the Dr. Phil show, which Fia organized. Where I just lost my place. Around March 13th, they announced a DNA test has been sent off and multiple articles are released on Radar, and I believe The Sun too. During all this time, they're publicly going live on Instagram discussing this entire investigation. Fia claimed she was a PI, psychologist, psychic medium, and so many other titles too. March 16th was the last time we saw Julia go live with Fia before Fia completely takes over. March 17th, Fia goes live emphasizing Julia may have leukemia, and the news starts spreading again. Fia made all this sound so believable, she truly fooled so many. My focus has always been Julia, and so I never really paid attention to Fia, as she was the closest thing to Julia at that point. Between March 23rd and 27th, the Dr. Phil episode airs and is released publicly. More Radar interviews are released, and this is where Julia addresses the McCanns directly. March 27th, Julia calls the police because in Julia's eyes, it felt like Fia was holding her hostage. Then suddenly around March 31st, Fia turns a complete 180 and says Dorada, Julia's alleged Polish mother, is 100% Julia's biological mom, after emphasizing in multiple other lives that Julia was not and that she was going to prove it. April 1st, Fia went live to emphasize that people are trying to coerce Julia out of America. April 2nd, Fia announces she officially has power of attorney over Julia. April 4th, the 23andMe DNA was released to the public by Fia via her Instagram stories, where she posted Julia's alleged login information, password, and email, which Fia created for the world to see. April 6th, Fia releases a statement wishing Julia well. Julia creates a new Instagram account. Julia goes live on the Instagram for the first time again. She states she has been in Poland for a few days and briefly tells us what happened at Fia's. Fia still to this day has Julia's medical records and personal documents and refuses to give it back to her. She forced Julia to sign papers, which she still has no clue what she signed, before allowing her to fly back to Poland. April 7th, Fia starts making bizarre allegations against Julia, and Fia goes live talking about these allegations. She accused Julia of being a child PDF file and accuses her of having minor images on her phone. Fia bought Julia a new phone and kept her original one. We know that Fia and her husband Rick both had access to these phones. Rick is allegedly into IT. April 8th, news has spread about the artist who has claimed Fia has stolen her paintings, and her identity starts to get heavily questioned. April 10th, Julia releases a statement about these allegations. April 11th, Julia releases another statement, and April 11th is when Julia requests to join one of my lives, and I offered her a safe space to give an opportunity to give her side of the story, where she expresses herself the best way she knows how. This is how our friendship started. April 17th, there are articles released stating that cops have seized Julia's original phone. Julia responds to the cell phone being taken by Orange County Police. So that is the gist of the journey.
Yeah, I mean, you say the gist of the journey. Really good work putting all that together, Sheena. Now, I know a lot of you have got some questions. And
before we carry on, Ron, I actually just sent you a video, a very short video, it's under a minute, of when of just some of the, like, this is something Fia said to Julia, and of course you can only imagine Julia was so overwhelmed with this news, and this was one of the ways she gained her trust.
Oh, no problem. Let me just save this. And 1 second. Get this up on the screen. Okay. 1 second, everybody. Apologies for the slow. There we go. There we go. All right. So this is a video between, or a live stream. Does it look like a live stream?
Yeah.
It's a live stream. Okay.
All my feelings was about to make sure that they take you seriously, and I have to tell you that cages really take you seriously right now, and they absolutely going to connect you and make that DNA test to happen. It was not an easy task because, as you know, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of legal aspect, there's a lot of other things that they need to go through. And
oh, that body language, though. Oh, that body. This is literally. In fact, you know, I'm not going to say anything. Right? Let me just watch this again.
all my feelings was about to make sure that they take you seriously, and I have to tell you that cages really take you seriously right now.
Who takes you really seriously, Kate?
And they absolutely going to connect you, and
Oh man, this body language.
make that DNA test to happen.
Comfort yourself. Go on.
It was not an easy task because, as you know, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of
There you go.
legal aspect, there's a lot of other things that they need to go through.
Look
And
away. Yep. Cover your mouth. Brilliant. Wild. 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 Just to reiterate,
Pages really take you seriously right now.
What I can make from that is Kate is take you really seriously now. So take from that what you will, people. I'm not going to make any assumptions that she's talking about anyone in particular, right? But it sounds very much like she says the word Kate. I could be wrong. It could have been cake. All right, this could be a whole misconception. Doesn't seem likely though. I think that was a great bit of footage to show. Sheena, it really, really was. And we're talking about a live stream, so this is all public information. This has all been put out, and it's interesting when we talk about the debate between what people are happy to say publicly and what people will say behind closed doors. And to come forward and make a statement like that, which we are assuming the word Kate was said, you can see how that is very manipulative, to say the least. Allegedly. Let me know what you guys think in the side chat. We've got a few minutes left for some questions. I'm not going to make any further comment. Sheena's not going to make any further comment on anything what we've gone over today. Tomorrow, I do believe, Sheena, we're going to come back with a little bit more of a detailed response, right? We're going to look at some of the key points, some of the major statements that have been made. And, you know, I think from Fia's point of view, she's made a lot of statements. There's a lot of writing on the screen, but there's not a lot of anything else to go by. It's just my word is gospel. So we'll have a look tomorrow about I would say you're right to reply. Okay, I think that you are very much a trusted figure in Julia's life. And I think with the absence of Julia, I think you're a great one to sort of comment back on this, because let's be honest, that is your wheelhouse, is this whole area, this whole timeline, this whole 2023 period, right? Yeah. Do you think Julia will have a chance to talk about Fia when she goes to court? I have no idea. I'm a legal dumbass. I'm not going to lie. I'm the worst person to ask. Okay, let's see. Has Julia said that her eye coloboma has been repaired a bit or healed in any way, or does it still have an eye mark? So I do believe that that particular type of eye augmentation, the coloboma, can change color and shade and size over time.
She doesn't have a coloboma though.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's just I don't know who came up with that. She doesn't have one.
Okay.
And I believe Jerry McCann also said it on Piers Morgan's show that Maddie does not have one, because he asked about that. Yeah.
So it's just like a discoloration, because it was
it's just a color defect.
Okay, so apologies. I thought a coloboma was the color defect. So apologies.
It's just like a marking.
Yeah. Push question for Ron. Can you get a private invest? Nope, Ron. We cannot do that. I'm not even reading that out, you little rascal. Julia only wanted answers. Why lock her away instead of giving her answers, especially with the family in question funding? If she believes that she is a lost child, why not have understanding? No, 100% DNA does not lie. I think listen, let's take out the sad case of the most famous missing girl in the world. Mm-hmm. And when we take that out, I don't really think the police would have acted the way that they have. And I think with the DNA of the family in question already on file, it's no problem to them. It's not like Jerry or anyone involved in that family would have to do anything. Everything's on file. It's just a matter of, in my uneducated opinion, it would just be a case of when Julia flew over and paid for it herself, handed over her DNA, it's a case of just, metaphorically speaking, running the numbers. You know, also, I am keeping a close eye on that pineapple behind you, Sheena, every day, hoping that it grows. Okay.
That's my husband wants to grow a pineapple.
Well, listen, I am fully invested in this pineapple. So any tips I find out, I'll pass over to you. But that's how I kind of feel, Lisa. Like, it's at this point, just spend the money. No, Nope, I have not, Christy. Fia is looking to promote herself and to promote herself. Follow the money. That was another one. Well, look, I just want to see if Sean is live yet, because I do believe yes he is. So listen, if anyone's been following the other big case in the news and the suspicious pneumonia deaths that take place around a certain rapper, there's just been another pneumonia death within the realm of the Didosphere. So go and check that out. Sheena and I will be back tomorrow. Sheena, thank you so much. Hashtag send positive vibes to the pineapple. Hashtag all the goodness for Julia. All that stuff. You're still managing the Facebook. I've still got the Discord. And I just want to say thank you to all of the community, everyone that's stayed involved and stuck with this. We'll be back tomorrow, and I think it's what looking into the characters around Julia and painting an actual balanced picture of those who seem to have such a powerful voice that go unchecked is one thing that we're just looking into. Now, again, Dr. Fia, feel free to come and join us one day. You have a right to reply, and it will be an unbiased, unhinged, very positive experience, I'm sure. So, Sheena, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great chat. Thank you, Maud. Thank you, Sean Atwood Clan. And Julia, honestly, all of our thoughts and prayers and love and support go out to you. We just want to get you the answers that you've always wanted. So, anywho, take it easy, guys. Much love, and I'll see you next time.